Hello and welcome back to English for You. I'm Seb.
And I'm Laura.
And we are talking about something very important in this article. We're talking about sexual abuse and sexual harassment.
I have a story to tell.
Oh.
Okay. You know, like in Taiwan, I don't know if you know this, if you're aware of this, on the MRT, it's like super crowded and sometimes some girls can get sexually harassed. Like, you never know because you have so many people like, you know, crowding, getting so close to you. And then one time when I first came back from Australia, I had this guy, he was like super close and I thought, okay, maybe he was just, you know, just standing there. But then he started to grab my bum. Like with his hands. And it was obvious like he was harassing me. So I was like, I was wearing jeans, I wasn't wearing anything, you know, like, you know, too much. But I was like, shh.
I'm so sorry to hear that
I know.
happen.
I didn't know what to do. I was very scared at the time. And I was kind of like, I didn't know what to do. And I told my friends about it. And they told me I should have like, you know, screamed and, you know, warned the guy not to do it. Because usually they get intimidated. And they get really scared. And so something else happened to me later at the night market. I had somebody basically...
The night market as well?
Yeah, I know, because it can get really crowded. I think it happens when, you know, it's really crowded.
Busy.
They think that you wouldn't, you know, notice it. And again, I had a guy stalking me, and he tried to get really close with his, like, you know, touching his, you know, my arms you know, with his hands and stuff. And that time, I did yell out.
Oh, good.
And yeah, he got so scared, he like ran off. So it was really obvious.
Good.
Yeah, so girls out there, be careful.
Exactly. Some people, I think the explanations, some of these, I guess perverts is the only thing we can say. The only explanation they tend to give is that they're trying to be flirty. But this kind of stuff is never okay on any level. It's never flirty, it's never fun. And if someone says they don't want it or you haven't asked them, then you don't go there. Yeah, that's just off the table. Anyway, so let's get on to our article today and talk a little bit more about why speak is important.
Reading.
Speak. Laurie Halse Anderson's Speak is a powerful novel about rape and the serious trauma it causes. The story is written as a diary so readers can see how badly Melinda's attack has affected her. After the attack, she can't trust anyone. Worse, she is constantly reminded of the attack by Andy, who is so scary she only refers to him as it. In the end, Melinda recovers from her trauma, but only after she deals with the past. Here, Anderson shows us the great strength it takes for rape victims to speak up. This is especially hard because others might not believe them. Just as Rachel accuses Melinda of just being jealous. Despite the fact that 20 years have passed since Speak was written, Melinda's story is still a reality for many people. In 2017, for example, around 38 sexual attacks were reported every day in Taiwan. Many of these had happened on school campuses. There are many voices like Melinda's around us. When they speak, we need to listen.
Laurie Halse Anderson's Speak is a powerful novel about rape and the serious trauma it causes. Right, we see the word novel there, and novel is a noun, and it's a type of story that is published in book form. Novels are normally quite long, somewhere between 250 and 400 pages, and they are almost always made up or not real. For this reason, we use the word fiction to describe novels. Fiction is an adjective meaning a story that is not real. If a story is real, we would call it a non-fiction story. That being said, if it's non-fiction, it can't also be a novel. So novels aren't the only types of books that we read. We can also read biographies. That's the true stories of other people's lives, or autobiography. So the auto there is kind of like 自己, isn't it?
自传.
自传. So these are biographies that people write about themselves. Hundreds of years ago, some authors or writers wrote epics, which are very, very long stories, sometimes thousands of pages long, that are often about magical kingdoms, gods, demons, monsters. A modern example of an epic is The Lord of the Rings. That's 魔戒. So our example sentence for novel is, F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby is one of the most famous American novels of the 1920s. Or maybe the most famous.
I love The Great Gatsby.
I love The Great Gatsby as well.
I had to read it for my high school.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. 好，我们来看一下课文提到，就是 Laurie Halse Anderson 的 Speak， 也就是我不再沉默，是个具有影响力的小说。那是在讲关于强暴和其所造成的心理创伤。OK， 那我们刚刚有提到的 powerful， 在这里呢，指的就是有影响力的。OK， 而 novel 通常我们指的是长篇小说，那我们跟它搭配的动词通常有 write or publish or read a novel。那有很多种类的小说，像是 a detective, I used to love Nancy Drew, or romance or science fiction novels. Okay, I love romance novels. Okay, 那 trauma 是什么呢？就是指心理创伤或是痛苦的经历，它是个名词。Okay, now going back to the article, the story is written as a diary, so readers can see how badly Melinda's attack has affected her.
Right, this is a really cool thing because it's giving her a voice,
Yeah.
even though at the beginning of the book she's so scared she can't talk about it to anyone, but at least she's writing down her feelings. Right, so we saw the word affect there, which is a verb, and first off we are talking about this verb, which is spelled A-F-F-E-C-T, not effect, the noun, which is spelled E-F-F-E-C-T. Lots of native speakers get these two confused, so watch out. Affect with an A is the verb, and effect with an E is the noun.
Right.
Now, when something affects something else, it causes changes in how that thing is. Let's take a look at an example. The bad weather affected my plans to go to the beach. Here, the bad weather meant that it was not a good day for me to go to the beach, so my plans changed because of the weather. Let's take another look at a different sentence. The soldier was affected by the horrible things he saw in the war. Here, the soldier may have seen lots of terrible things on the battlefield, so now his mood or personality has changed because of them. This sentence is quite a lot like our article. Melinda has been so affected, she's also been affected by what happened to her because the terrible experience of being raped has made it very difficult for her to get by at school and to communicate with other people. Now, affect isn't the only verb we can use, though. Influence also works in the same way. So, the bad weather influenced my plans not to go to the beach. So there, again, they changed it. Now, let's have one last example with affect as we saw it in the article. Seeing the car crash affected Mary quite badly. I think it would affect me too.
Affect 在本课是当作动词来用，就是影响。那当然我们也可以用 influence 这个字来表示影响哦。那很多人常常会把 affect 跟另外一个字，它的拼法是 E-F-F-E-C-T。刚刚 Seb 老师有说会搞混，可是E 开头的那个 affect， 它其实是个名词，同样也有这个影响效果这样子的意思，所以不要搞混这两个字哦。然后怎么用我们课文的 affect A-F-F-E-C-T 这个字呢？比方像是 Oh, this medication may affect your ability to drive a car. So that means this medicine may make it dangerous for you to drive a car. 可能吃了这个药会晕晕的，不适合开车，会影响你开车的能力哦，跟状况。好啦，看回课文哦。After the attack, she can't trust anyone.
Worse, she is constantly reminded of the attack by Andy, who is so scary she only refers to him as it. Now, remind is our next vocab word, and when we remind someone about something, when we use this verb, we make them remember it. Andy reminds Melinda of her awful experience at the party because every time she sees him, she remembers what happened. A reminder, though, is a little bit different. We can make it into a noun. So we add ER, we turn remind the verb into a noun. And a reminder is something that reminds us about something. So Andy is a reminder of what happened, but in more everyday English, I could say, I set a reminder on my phone so I wouldn't forget to take out the trash.
I do that sometimes.
Now, what do we say in the UK if someone is reminding someone to do something a lot, constantly telling them, and it's really annoying? We say that they nag someone. So that's a verb. And we'd say like, Mom keeps nagging me to do my homework. She keeps telling me, and I'm really sick of hearing it. So our example sentence for remind is, the school bell reminded Bart that he only had 2 more classes left that day.
Whoa! Okay. 好，我们先来看回刚刚的刚刚的课文的句子，它其实有用 worse 在句首 ，OK， 用来表示更糟的是什么什么，其实等同于 what's worse，或者是 worse still 这样子的一个片语哦。所以看回刚刚的课文提到，就是更糟的是，他常常想起 Andy 对他做的事情，所以他因此非常害怕 Andy 到只用 it 来称呼 Andy 哦。那这里我们来看一下 remind 这个动词，就是使想起，或者它也有提醒这样的意思哦。那我们常会说 remind somebody of something something，就是使某人想起什么什么。比方像是呢 ，Your hair and eyes remind me of your mother。看到你的头发跟眼睛，哇，就使我想到你的妈妈，可能他们长得非常像哦。或者是呢 I never wear gray because it reminds me of my old school uniform. OK， 那我们刚刚还看到 refer to somebody or something as OK， 因为我们提到他把 Andy 称为 it OK， 所以这个片语就是称为的意思。
So in the end, Melinda recovers from her trauma, but only after she deals with the past first.
That's true. OK， 所以最后呢 ，Melinda 其实还是从她的创伤走出来，但这也是在她面对并且处理她的过去之后，她才可以走出来哦。In the end 就有最后的意思。不过大家可能会觉得，那这跟 at the end 有什么差别呢？ At the end 其实是用来表示具体的地点、方位或者是时间点的末端，或者是比较比喻性的结尾，所以常常搭配的东西有像是 at the end of the road 就是路的尽头，或是 at the end of the story 故事的结尾，以及像一个时间 at the end of the week 就是周末。OK， 那 deal with something 当然就是指处理啊，或是应付什么什么。
Here, Anderson shows us the great strength it takes for rape victims to speak up.
所以 Anderson 在这里是想要给读者看到，对于被强暴的这个受害者，是要花很大的努力或是力气，才能 speak up 说出来，大胆的说出事实。
This is especially hard because others might not believe them, just as Rachel accuses Melinda of just being jealous. So especially is our next word, and this adverb is something we use to emphasize when a certain person, animal, or object was particularly affected by something, or that they are a very good example of it. Take a look at this example sentence. We all found the math test very difficult, especially John. Here, everyone struggled to do the test, but John found it the most difficult, which is why we used especially here. Let's take a look at another one. I don't enjoy riding a scooter, especially during winter. That just means it's cold in winter, so my least favorite time to ride a scooter is then. We can also use particularly in the same way, so I don't enjoy riding a scooter, particularly during winter.
Especially 这个副词就是用来强调的语气，特别是啦，尤其是什么什么，比方像是 I love Australian wines, especially the white wines. 我非常喜欢这个澳洲的葡萄酒，尤其是白葡萄酒。And accuse somebody of doing something 就是指责或是指控某人做了什么什么，所以课文整句要说的是要说出事实这件事情，其实是特别的 困难，因为别人可能不会相信这些被强暴的受害者，就如同我们在故事当中有看到这个 Rachel 她指控 Melinda， 你只是嫉妒我们而已哦。Okay, next we read in the article, despite the fact that 20 years have passed since Speak was written, Melinda's story is still a reality for many people.OK， 这里我们看到 despite the fact that， 还记得吗？其实我们昨天有看过这个句型，就是尽管虽然，所以虽然距离 Speak 这本书出版其实已经过了20年了，但是至今 Melinda 的故事对于很多人来说，其实还是在真实的人生会发生的哦。
Right. Unfortunately, sexual abuse, sexual harassment isn't something that's disappeared anywhere in the world. It's still a problem everywhere. Some places more than others, but everywhere. The article reads, in 2017, for example, around 38 sexual attacks were reported every day in Taiwan.
Every day.
Wow. So, sexual is an adjective, and when we describe something as sexual, we mean that it has something to do with sex. We learnt some phrases using sexual in day 1, so sexual abuse is 性虐待, and sexual harassment is 性骚扰. However, there are other terms that use sexual too, and they're not all negative. So, sexual desire, for example, is a desire or a want to have sex with someone. Sexual health, meanwhile, is just the health of your sexual organs or your sex life. And sexual orientation is the gender or type of person that someone is attracted to. Now, I just used that word attracted to, that's another good one to learn, and that means to like someone in a sexual or a more than friends kind of way. So we can also use sexual in lots of other ways too. We can use it as part of other larger words. So homosexual, for example, is someone who is attracted to someone of the same sex. Or bisexual is someone who is attracted to both men and women. So our example sentence for sexual as a word on its own is Freddie had his first sexual experience with his college girlfriend. So Freddie had sex for the first time with his college girlfriend is another way we can express that idea.
OK， 所以回到刚刚的句子，其实我们有提到 report 这个动词，不过这里 report 是等同于就是跟警察报案通报、报告这样子的意思哦。所以刚刚有提到，其实现在的社会还是会发现强暴的一些案件。举例来说，2017年在台湾每天就有大约38件性侵害的案件被通报。OK， 我们来看一下 sexual 这个形容词。那通常它是跟 sex， 就是跟性是有关的。那常见的字词的搭配有像是 sexual abuse， 我们可能在新闻会看到性侵害啦，或是性暴力，或是 sexual assault， 就是性侵犯。OK， 那就是 sexual experience， 就比较没有负面的意思，就是性经验。不过我们本课一直在提到的 sexual harassment， 就是性骚扰。OK， 如果真的遇到的话，还是要勇敢说出来哦。那回到课文的就是内容，我们看一下。Many of these had happened on school campuses. Wow.
Okay, so this is happening to young people.
Yeah, I know. 38 every day.
38, and many of them on school campuses.
Wow.
Now, campus is a noun, and a campus is the area or grounds that belong to a school or college. This includes the buildings, libraries, gym, and all the walkways in between them. So some colleges have their campuses in the center of cities with off-campus buildings, that's buildings that don't belong to the college, in between them. Other colleges, we can call them campus colleges or campus universities in the UK, are outside of towns and cities and own all the land around them, kind of like a massive park. Before going to college, you'll probably also go on a campus tour of your favorite university.
Yeah.
So you can see how it is, if you think you're going to be happy there.
Right.
Some colleges also have an online campus as well, and this is a special private website where students can check out notes from their classes, study, and complete assignments. It's cool, yeah, it lets you check things after going to class. So our example sentence for campus is, this college's library is very old, but the rest of the campus was built in the 1970s.
OK， 我们来看一下 campus， 刚刚有提到这个字，就是讲校园。OK， 它是一个名词。比方像是 We walked around the campus on our first day. That's what you usually would do. Or we could talk about living on campus. That is like you're living in the dorms, okay?
Right.
就通常是学校宿舍这样住校的一个概念。
Did you live off campus or on campus?
Off.
Off.
Okay.
Me too. Off.
Okay, campus life 就是校园生活。OK， 我已经注意那个很久了。Anyways， 所以课文呢就是说，很多这些案件都是发生在，竟然是在哪里呢？学校的校园内。And we read, there are many voices like Melinda's around us. When they speak, we need to listen. 没错，这个结尾非常的有意义。其实我们在身边也很多人，就如同 Melinda 像这样子的人，如果他们愿意说出他们的遭遇的时候，我们就需要仔细的聆听 and take them seriously.
What we were talking about yesterday in day 2, that when we hear when someone comes to us with a serious story like this, that they've been raped or harassed or abused, we need to take these stories very, very seriously. People don't make these things up for fun.
No.
So, okay, let's go on to our For You Chat question now and talk a little bit more about rape.
For You Chat. Okay, here's our For You Chat question. Rape continues to be a very serious problem around the world. What do you think we could be doing more to prevent it from happening?
Well, I think that, the whole problem of, rape and sexual abuse goes a really long way back, right to when we're very, very young. It's the way we're raised, sometimes with very small things. Like, you teach boys to be kind of like manly and stand up for themselves in fights.
That's true.
And you teach girls to, be quiet, be very feminine, two very different personalities. And I think popular culture, for example, when they show women as sex objects, or they show them as being very sexy, and they show the men as just being strong and getting what they want, then you can start to encourage people to, even if it's not what you're planning on doing, you're encouraging people to have this idea of, I'm a man, I get what I want. And I think that's a big part of it. We need to start teaching men that it's okay to be a little bit more feminine, a little bit more in touch with their feminine side, and also to stop pushing this kind of idea on girls that they have to be kind of weak and feminine.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
So maybe we could kind of like change our perspectives a bit more and be more open-minded. That's right. Okay, so what do you guys think? You guys have a chat about this question.
There's lots more you can say about this topic. We're not even close to finishing.
But we're out of time.
We are out of
We
time.
need to go.
Yes.
Well, until next time, I'm Laura.
And I'm Seb, and we'll see you again soon.
Speak. Lori Halls Anderson's Speak is a powerful novel about rape and the serious trauma it causes. The story is written as a diary, so readers can see how badly Melinda's attack has affected her. After the attack, she can't trust anyone. Worse, she is constantly reminded of the attack by Andy, who is so scary she only refers to him as it. In the end, Melinda recovers from her trauma, but only after she deals with the past. Here, Anderson shows us the great strength it takes for rape victims to speak up. This is especially hard because others might not believe them. Just as Rachel accuses Melinda of just being jealous. Despite the fact that 20 years have passed since Speak was written, Melinda's story is still a reality for many people. In 2017, for example, around 38 sexual attacks were reported every day in Taiwan. Many of these had happened on school campuses. There are many voices like Melinda's around us. When they speak, we need to listen.
Vocabulary Review. Novel. The Great Gatsby is one of the most famous novels of the early 20th century. Affect. Sophie hoped that the weather wouldn't affect her plans to go to the beach. Remind somebody of something or somebody. The photos on my bedroom wall remind me of the fun vacations I've been on with my family. Especially. Finding a job is difficult for everyone right now, especially those who don't have college degrees. Sexual. Jamie and Morgan care deeply for each other, but they do not have a sexual relationship. Campus. The science building is the newest addition to my college campus.
智慧小补帖
Trauma. Refer to somebody or something as. Accuse somebody of doing something.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net